Cancer-stricken Linda Nolan will turn down chemotherapy so she can live the last months of her life pain-free, after seeing the agony sister Bernie went through. Linda was diagnosed as incurable a year ago this week and has no idea how long her illness will remain treatable. Now she reveals she could not bear the same ordeal her sister faced as she died of secondary breast cancer 5 years ago. Yesterday in our sister paper, the Daily Mirror, the 59-year-old singer told how she wants to live more than ever. But she wants that life to be as enjoyable as possible, partying with friends and family, and even enjoying a little revenge on those who've wronged her. Linda Nolan with her husband Brian Hudson, image, Mirrorpix. If the cancer spreads and they offer me chemotherapy to give me an extra few months, I would turn it down after what Bernie went through, she said. She was a fighter, but the last couple of months of her life were really difficult. She was in terrible pain. I'd rather have a couple of months feeling okay instead of the chemo making me feel awful. I want to enjoy the last months of my life to the. Linda says she wants to enjoy one last party before she dies. Linda, one of the 6 Nolan sisters, first found a lump in her breast in 2005, and was told she had an aggressive stage 3 cancer. After grueling treatment she was given the all-clear a year later, but 12 months ago she was told the disease was back and she had secondary cancer in her hip. The same condition claimed 52-year-old Bernie's life in 2013 after it spread to her lungs, liver and brain. Linda Nolan with Bernie recalling the final 2 weeks she spent at Bernie's bedside with sisters Anne, 67, Denise, 65, Maureen, 63, and 52-year-old Colleen. Linda's memories include the morphine she helped give her and the hiss of Bernie's oxygen tank. They have helped Linda decide on a do not resuscitate order, so doctors will not revive her if her heart stops. That is a terrifying thought, she said. I am scared of dying, but I am drawing my strength from Bernie every day. We are all going to die, but to hear your life is shortened is unbearable. We thought Bernie would be here until she was 90, still dancing around like the party animal she was, but then you realize that can be snatched from you so quickly. Linda Nolan with husband Brian 5 weeks before he died in 2007. Her sister's enduring spirit has given Linda the courage to face up squarely to her diagnosis, and her next hospital scan in March. Most people don't have the opportunity to know they've only got a limited time left, so I'm determined to make the most of it, she said. As hard as it would be, I would definitely have a party. I would send out invitations saying, I don't know how much longer I have left, and it would be a chance to say goodbye. Not that I'm hell-bent on revenge, but I'd also write to the people who have done me wrong over the years and let them know they're not invited. I joked to my family before my birthday last month that I was tempted to have a massive celebration in case I don't make my 60th next year. They brushed it off, but I don't want to miss out on a party. Linda Nolan with her sisters Bernie and Maureen. Despite Linda's positive attitude, she admits she gets overcome by emotion when she thinks of those she will leave behind and the many milestones she will miss. Linda, who has 6 grandnephews and nieces, said, My first thought when I was diagnosed was how I wasn't going to see them grow up. There are times when I lie alone and cry, thinking of what I'm going to miss. I'm desperate to be here for their birthdays, their first boyfriends, their first heartbreak, their weddings. I lie awake at night and ask Bernie, how did you do this? How did you live with it? She tells me to keep fighting and to not give in. Linda says she also talks to her late husband Brian Hudson, once the Nolans' manager. He died at 60 of aggressive skin cancer in 2007, only a year after Linda was first diagnosed with breast cancer. She keeps his ashes next to her bed in her Blackpool home. I can feel his presence, she said. And it's like he's there, physically putting his arms around me saying, You're going to be okay, Ellen. I know I'll see him again, as well as Bernie, my mum Maureen and dad Tommy. I hold on to that belief in the hard times. Linda Nolan had her sisters as bridesmaids. Linda has thought about how she would like her send-off to go. She wants her funeral to be in the same Blackpool church where she married Brian and laid him to rest, and she wants the couple's ashes to be scattered together in the crematorium rose garden. She has also chosen her funeral as part of her final wishes she will write down for her family. It's morbid, but it makes it easier for the people left behind, said Linda. I would like There You'll Be from Pearl Harbor, sung by Faith Hill. The words couldn't be more fitting for the moment when I'll meet Brian again, and it's the we played at his funeral. And there's a Neil Sedaka too, our last song together. It's beautiful, and by then it really will be our last with my wonderful family. I hope his remaining sisters will sing together one last time before I go. Linda, whose new autobiography From the Heart is out now, also plans to write personal notes to her loved ones to read after her death. Linda has released her autobiography From My Heart. They'll be the hardest letters I've had to write, but there's so much I want to say, said Linda. I also thought about getting jewelry for the little ones for them to remember their Auntie Lynn. It's ironic because there was a time in my life when I wanted to die because I wanted to be with Brian. I didn't think that life had anything for me because I'd lost the man I loved. But now my determination to live is just so intense. I'm not particularly religious, but if I pray now it is to plead with God for just a little more time. But I'm not going to let cancer stop my life. I have to get on with it and appreciate all that's happening, because I don't know how long I've got left. From My Heart by Linda Nolan is published by Pan Macmillan on Thursday, £18.99.